Hello everyone, today I am here in Old Forge, New York, which if you've never heard of it, I don't blame you because it is in the middle of nowhere. But I am here today to visit the Enchanted Forest Water Safari, which has water slides, pools, amusement rides, arcade games, and an animatronic band. So let's get in there and check this place out. Alright, I have arrived. Now, I walked up to where the water safari is. I'll put some pictures there on the screen so you can see. They have a bunch of water slides and pools and all kinds of stuff. They have this really cool sky ride, which I think I'll probably go on. But that goes all the way through the park, as you can see. They have this nice shaded area you can walk through. Now, what I really need to look for here is the Klondike Kates, because that's the restaurant where they have the band, so that's what I'm really here to see. They have a circus here as well. Now, when you buy general admission, it comes with all of the rides and the shows. Now, they consider the animatronics one of the entertainment options that they have here at the park, so you get that for free when you buy admission. This is open to the public, however, of course, it's not free to come in here, just like any amusement park, or most amusement parks anyway. You have to pay to get in, and then everything is free once you get in. Alright, so I found it. So they have this part of the park here with all these different shops, and then one of them is Klondike Kates. And this is where they have a mini arcade and the band, which is right there. Oh my goodness, there they are, guys. Alright, so here's the band. I'm not sure how often they perform or anything. However, we'll have to wait for them to see. But here they are. Now, of course, this is a Cyberamic, former Chuck E. Cheese retrofit band here, just like the one at Gilligan's Wonderland Pier, or that was at Gilligan's Wonderland Pier, the Man and Dog show. There's also retrofit Cyberamics, and it's called Rocky and the Ramblin Rascals. The one at Ocean City, they refer to themselves as Rocky and the Railroad Ramblers. So this is similar but a little different. They have all five, and you can clearly tell this used to be a two-stage. Some dead giveaways are Chuck E. Star, which is from the two-stage. The planters back there, which are from the two-stage. The sign is a two-stage sign. And the donkey here is not sitting on the speaker that Jasper sits on the two-stage. He has a different speaker here, but other than that, you know, it's kind of the same. Now, this one right here is Rocky. He is a panda on the Man and Dog show, and he is second in line. They kept the two-stage order here, so Rocky is behind the star because he is the main character, of course. He uses Chucky's body fur. As you can see, this is all Chucky's body fur here. And he is wearing sunglasses because his eye turn mechanism is broken, so they want to cover his eyes, so instead he has sunglasses on. He is holding his microphone, and he wears a green vest and boots. Here's Henrietta. She actually wears Pasquale's old hair from the two-stage. When they converted this to the Rocky show, they took off Pasquale's hair, they gave him new hair, and then Henrietta got Pasquale's old hair. She also has Helen's feather boa, so Helen used to have the feathers up there, of course, and they took those off and draped them around her neck, and then she's wearing Helen's dress, Helen's legs, and her shoes. So the only thing they really changed is her body fur, which it looks like they just painted or spray painted. Like, you can tell it's like the white is back there. They didn't change her very much at all, and her mask they repainted too, because that's clearly her old mask, but you can see her golden beak. This is Munch's retrofit. His name is Bad Bonga. This is the replacement for Bubba. Bubba, the mountain lion, is at Man and Dog show. Here he's a monkey. And you can tell they have some Munch cosmetics left. Look how purple that is. That was clearly Munch, and there's Munch's fur. They just spray painted that. This was such a hastily done retrofit. You can clearly tell the characters, you know, it's not like the Man and Dog show where the retrofits are very well done, and it's not extremely obvious they used to be Chuck E. Cheese characters unless you look closely. Here it's plainly obvious. Then they have Jacko, who's the donkey here. He's not wearing Jasper's hat or anything, but he is wearing Jasper's mask, of course. They repainted his eyelids to be gray to match his mask. He is wearing Pasquale's old shirt, the checker shirt, and he is still wearing Jasper's bandana. I'm sure that was Jasper's banjo. He was wearing Jasper's pants and Munch's old shoes. Munch actually has Chucky's old feet because he wasn't wearing shoes, and Jacko here is wearing Munch's shoes. And then Pasquale still has his old mask, except they changed his hair and mustache to be brown. Of course, that's Pasquale's old hair, but his mustache here is brown, and then he is wearing a tiny little hat and he is wearing, this is my favorite part of the show, he is wearing Chucky's tuxedo. Now this show was removed from Chuck E. Cheese in the 90s, so back then Chucky wore a tuxedo, and when they brought it here, they took Chucky's tuxedo off of him, and they put it on Tony here. I'm not sure if these are Pasquale's old drums. They look a little different than the normal two-stage drum. Oh, they might be Pasquale's old drums, except they added a snare drum there. I don't think there was a snare drum on the two-stage. However, that looks like it was from Chuck E. Cheese, and the hi-hat was probably from Chuck E. Cheese too. And apparently Tony is the mayor of the Water Safari, which is interesting. They also have the old lights up here from Chuck E. Cheese. They have the old spotlight bar with live floods and all the Cyberamic spotlights. However, they do still have the helicopter light. Now, helicopter lights are extinct at CEC, but they do still have it here. And then they also have other Pizza Time Theater elements throughout the arcade here as well. They have a bunch of flag wavers. Now, these are from Pizza Time Theater. I've read that they used to have a King animatronic here before they got the full Cyberamic band, and these were probably installed when the King was installed, and when they got the Cyberamics, they removed the King, but they did not remove the flag wavers, so they're still here. They have the bar here, and then they also have flag wavers surrounding it. There's tons of them. And then they also, here in the corner, they have the old Cyberamic Pizza Time Theater applause board with all the different paws of the different animals that would have clapped with the Pizza Time players. This no longer works. However, a couple of lights do still turn on, but it doesn't move anymore. This was probably also here when the King was here, as well as all the flags that were installed. But they do still have the applause board from the Pizza Time players, and it's not programmed with this show, but it's the last public one. It's the last public applause board. I believe it's the last public flag wavers, and it's the last public helicopter light. All this stuff is extinct at Chuck E. Cheese, but you can still find it here at the Enchanted Forest Water Safari. You know, I wonder if this is all Pizza Time Theater furniture. I wonder if they got all this stuff from Pizza Time Theater, because it has the color scheme, the brown and the orange, which is typical for Pizza Time Theater. So I wouldn't be surprised if this all came from a PTT. Those booths, I don't think so. Those don't look like PTT, but these benches and tables are very likely. So they have a TV here. Now, apparently at some point this was the old two-stage TV. They have a new TV that they installed and got rid of that old thing, but they do have this, and it's clearly running on DVDs now. I think they're fast-forwarding it or something. Klondike Kate 2024, so it's a 13-minute tape. Here's the DVD screen, and this plays, I guess this also has show segments programmed into it as well. I'm not 100% sure how all this works, but it clearly runs off of a DVD, which the Cyberamics used to run off of when they were in CEC before they got the Navori system. CEC used to ship out the DVDs to all the stores. I just can't wait to watch them perform. I hope they still work. Now, this is listed on the Enchanted Forest Water Safari's website as one of the entertainment listings here at the park. Like, this is one of the things you pay for when you get admission, you come, and then this is one of the shows they offer. They also have the circus, and I think there's a couple other things they have here, but this is the entertainment for in here. So you're supposed to, they have a cafeteria over there, you sit and eat, you come here, and then you watch the show. It's kind of awesome. It really does feel like a PTT in here almost. You have the counter where you order your food, and then you sit down and eat, and you have the wood paneling surrounding you, you have the Cyberamics and the flag wavers and the applause board. I feel like this is the closest you can get in a public setting to Pizza Time Theater experience. Honestly, like, the CEC locations don't even feel this nostalgic. Even when I go to the Pizza Time Theater locations, it really doesn't even feel as retro in there as this does. I mean, it's hard to get as retro feeling as this. It's just really cool.
Howdy, folks. Y'all having a good time?
Of course they're having a good time.
See, this is an enchanted place. No, Tony, this is an enchanted forest.
And an enchanted place, too.
One can just smell that fresh mountain air.
That's because we're in the mountains, Jacko.
Yep.
Folks, anytime you want some of that fresh mountain air, just head right back to Old Forge and hang out down the road at our Old Forge Camping Resort and Cabins.
And enjoy the peace and quiet of these beautiful Adirondacks.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall.
Last time that no-good fellow of mine gave me a hard time, I just settled into one of those cottages. and listen to the birdies sing.
What did you tell Henrietta?
Rocky, I'll tell you just what I told Pete. Got along without you before I met you, gonna get along without you now. Gonna find somebody twice as cute, cause you didn't love me anyhow. You ran around with every girl in town, and you never cared if it got me down. You had me worried, always on my guard, but you laughed at me cause I tried too hard. Gonna get along without you now. Gonna get along without you now. Take your luggage out, big boy. You're that weird. You broke 3 of them just looking at them. Yeah, you think you're so cute. You've got a tie heart shot around your neck just to get a Doberman to play with you. Got along without you before I met you. Gonna get along without you now. Gotta find somebody twice as cute, cause you didn't love me anyhow. I lost my money and I lost my pride. Didn't have much money, but I really tried. It made you happy when you made me cry. And you broke my heart, so I said goodbye. Gonna get along without you now. Hit the road. Gonna get along without you now. Take off. Goodbye. Gonna get along without you now. 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 Gonna get along without you now.
Have a real bright night, everyone.
Thanks for coming.
Ciao. We'll be seeing you.
Alright, so I just saw a segment of the show where they played 2 songs, Take Me Home Country Roads and Gonna Get Along Without You Now. Now, at the Man Dog show, those are split up because they used to have it at Gilligan's where you would have to put a $1 bill and you get 1 song for $1. Now here the show is included with the admission cost, so they just have the show playing in here. So they have those 2 songs linked together, and then they have dialogue at the beginning, in between, and after. Now the dialogue has changed because the characters at Gilligan's make a lot of references to the rides. Now, like, for example, Tony at Gilligan's would say, "This is a Wonderland place," and then they would say, no, this is a Wonderland pier. Here he says, this is an enchanted place. One thing I definitely like about this show compared to the one at Wonderland is they do have a light show here. So the helicopter light works, the spotlights work. I didn't see these work, unfortunately. The organ kind of works, not really though. The sign doesn't light up, but they do have more lights. Like Wonderland Pier did not have a light show. Of course, the show was kind of like in a semi-outdoor setting, so I guess they couldn't really do a light show. Plus the Pizza Time Theater, Animatronics, I guess, didn't have that, so they didn't have that there, but they do have a light show here, which enhances it nicely. The characters are in decent condition. The most noticeable thing definitely is that Rocky's mouth does not work. That's the biggest thing they got to get working. You know, other than that, it's actually not terrible. I was expecting worse. Now, one thing I noticed with the programming here is that Tony's mustache is not programmed to move with his mouth like it is at Chuck E. Cheese. Now, at Wonderland, Tony does not have a mustache movement. They took that off for some reason. Now, here he does have his mustache movement. However, it just moves randomly. It's not programmed to move with the mouth like it is at CEC. So that is kind of, you know, it takes a little getting used to, because it's like, why does his mustache just move randomly? I don't even know why Pasquale's mustache moves at Chuck E. Cheese, but here it just moves on it. It has a mind of its own, so that's kind of funny. You know, the other mouths work, and they do have decent range of movement. I was actually expecting it to be worse. Maybe this place just got under new ownership, so maybe they did some work on it over the winter. I'm not sure. You can definitely see Tony's mechanisms under there, as well as Bad Bongo's. Their mechanisms are definitely noticeable under those 2 masks there. But, you know, other than that, it's not bad. It's definitely nice to see this show. I'm glad they still have it. Like I said earlier, it's like stepping back in time when you come in here. It is the closest thing I have ever seen to, like, being inside a Pizza Time Theater. Heck yeah, guys. Skee-Ball's only a quarter here. How about that? I'll go back into Klondike Kates to check out another segment soon. However, I just want to take a walk around the rest of the park while we're waiting. There's about a 20-minute gap in between shows, so you do have to wait. I just want to see the rest of the park because I'll probably never come back here. It's quite a drive from where I live. This is something you see once. Here's Boot Hill. What's this? They just have some fake graves in here, like with jokes on them. How about that? Didn't think I'd see this at a water park. So over here in this area, they have kind of like a storybook land. Like they have some fantasy characters. Like there's Humpty Dumpty from like fairy tales and stuff. Something about Alice in Wonderland, I think. And here's a bunch of other fairy tale statues and stuff like that. It's really nice here under the shade of the trees. I'm glad, they have some nice shaded areas in this park. It's not all out in the hot sun, especially because I didn't bring sunscreen to an outdoor amusement facility. That was so stupid. Here's the barnyard, so there's some different farm animals in this area here. They have a barn where you can go in and see the animals. I guess I'll go in there. I'm not a big animal person. I'm allergic to a bunch of animals, but I'll still go in there and take a look. I'm in the barn now. We have some pigs over there. Yeah. Wonder what's in here. Oh my God, that's terrifying. Did you guys see that? That music just turns on and there's like a creepy, oh my goodness.
Parties and dances looking for rich husbands. A great ball was to be given by the prince and all the ladies.
Oh my goodness, look, what is she in?
Cinderella wanted so much to go, but her stepsisters.
Look at her face, and that music box just starts playing. That is terrifying.
Left for the ball, Cinderella sat down and cried. Lo and behold, her fairy godmother.
Oh, this is the Cinderella. That's the evil stepmother from Cinderella, I guess. And that's Cinderella. Here's another creepy house. This one is about Little Red Riding Hood. Oh my God, this is terrifying too. Look at that. Look at the wolf in the bed.
On the way, she met a big bad wolf who asked her where she was going. She told him she was going to her grandmother's and went on her way. The wolf took a shortcut and arrived ahead of Little Red Riding Hood. He tricked her little grandmother in order to get into the house and then ate poor old Granny up in one big gulp. Then the wolf put on Granny's nightgown and nightcap and slipped into bed.
Here's the Pinocchio house. I wonder if this is as creepy as those other ones. And it is. Of course, they have to have a creepy face in there. I don't know who the artist was that did all this, but oh my goodness, there's a Snow White one. I bet that one is terrifying. I'm kind of scared to go over there and look at it. I like scary stuff. Like, I really enjoy going into haunted houses and stuff. But I don't know, something about this is like next level creepy. Like, I don't understand. Like, this stuff is really scary. That creepy music box that starts playing. Yeah, look at her. Oh, good, this one doesn't have the music. They're playing Scrabble. Do they play Scrabble in Snow White? I have no idea.
New York's biggest and best water theme park. Sure hope everyone's having a great time.
This is going to be a request show.
So they're doing the same request show stick as they do at Wonderland.
Yeah, and the turtle on the bumper boats.
Not that kind of request. Song request.
Have on the radio.
Right, Jacko, we're just a heap of nice guys.
And our firstest number is to Big Mama from Tadpole.
And here we go.
Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Hey, Rocky, did they name Rocky top after you?
Shoot, no. Other way around. When I was born, my mama looked at my bald head and said, he looks just like Rocky Top. Of course, I improved with age.
You like to find the cheese, huh?
Cheese? Did somebody say cheese?
Say cheese, or we have an architect.
No, Jacko. We're gonna sing. These next three numbers are dedicated to Buffalo Bonnie, Arcade Annie,
And Safari and Santa.
Folks, Miss Henrietta Hatfield.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You cry and try to sleep.
So it looks like there's something wrong with the DVD or the programming, because look at during Cheating Heart, this is the first time this has happened, but during Your Cheating Heart, the programming stops. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but they just all stop moving and the lights stop because, you know, there's something wrong here with the programming.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. Sat down and eat with Cotton Joe. Chicken in the bread and scrambled dough. 18 feet ice and snow. Who came in? Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. I'd have been married a long time ago if it hadn't been for Cotton Joe. The ball being hammer and a 2x4. Gonna be the devil out of Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. I fell down and stubbed my toe, all because of Cotton Joe. Hold my guitar, here I go. I'm gonna dance at Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Joe.
So I didn't notice this on the first song. It's probably like a scratch on the DVD or something, because the programming on Your Cheating Heart and Cotton Eye Joe does, you know, skip off a couple times. Like they all stop moving for a few seconds at a time. So that's one thing that they're gonna have to look at. Jacko's spotlight is kind of aimed at the sign, not really at him. So I noticed that too. And then of course Rocky's mouth. Those were the biggest things. Oh, and these top lights, these don't work. I'm not sure if they're burnt out or if they're not programmed in, or they're not, you know, but those don't really work at all. But other than that, you know, it really is, you know, better than I thought. But honestly, you know, if they're advertising this on their website as one of the official entertainment options here at the park, then, you know, it better be in pretty good shape. Now, I'm not sure if Sally Corp actually made these costumes, or if the park themselves brought the animatronics right here and they were dressed as Chuck E. Cheese, and then they did these retrofits in-house right here, which I wouldn't be surprised because of, you know, the quality of some of them, like Munch. Like, I can't picture Sally Corp actually shipping this out. I wouldn't be surprised if that was done, and then Sally Corp just provided them the show and then recorded over the stuff with Wonderland references, with Enchanted Forest Water Safari references. It seems a little kind of thrown together for Sally Corp, especially when you compare it to the Man and Dog show, which is very quality, the work of the retrofit. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but my guess is that this was done in-house here, this retrofit. I also bet that if you go back there, that right there is the back side of the band sign. I guarantee you if you flip that sign over, it still says Munch's Make Believe Band on the other side. I'm almost certain, because there's no way they got a new one made. I guarantee they just put those decals and painted on the back side. I can't get too close to this because they're playing Bee Gees and that'll get me a copyright claim, but here is the circus area. This is where they have the circus, and it just finished. They do 2 shows a day. All right, guys, well, the last thing I think I'm gonna do before I go is take a ride on the sky balloon thing. See how fun this is. Here's the water slides and pools and stuff. I bet this is a lot of fun. It's just I have a 6-hour drive home. I didn't want to, you know, I wanted to stay dry. I didn't want to have to get all wet and then have to worry about changing and all that kind of stuff. So I decided to not do any of the water stuff today, just see the animatronics, but I still had fun. Here's the end, and it is a round trip, so you cannot use the sky ride to get from one end of the park to the other. It's about a 15-minute ride, I would say, 15-20 minutes to go from the one end and then back. All right, I was walking by and I just caught the end of Mockingbird Hill.
Great bird calls there, Tony.
Tony's programmed to do the mustache bird calls. That's awesome.
Hey, when you finish sliding and riding, come on back to see us.
We hope you have a real great time.
See you later.
They have a wishing pond here in the park. I'm not going to tell you my wish, but let's see if you can guess what it is. Alright everyone, well that's going to conclude my visit here to the Enchanted Forest Water Safari in Old Forge, New York. I had a great time seeing the show. I wish Rocky's mouth worked, but that's okay. I've seen worse conditioned shows at Chuck E. Cheese, so I mean, you can't have it all. I hope you guys enjoyed this visit. If you did, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And it's starting to rain, so I got done just in time. Bye everyone.
Well, I was sitting around in the jacuzzi with Rolf the other day, and